Welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler. Recently, I have been experimenting with some random music to boost your creativities and overcome that beat block. Today, I'm excited to share this trick with you, which you can start using in your Logic Pro right away. For today's tutorial, I will be using all of my sample pack and all stock plugins. You can download them for free from the description below to follow along or experiment on your own. Let's dive in. Today I am working with Logic Pro on my iPad. Keep things minimal with just a USB cable connect to my MIDI controller. I found it quite satisfying to use the Apple for music production on the iPad. Alternative, you can utilize a dongle to connect your audio interface with headphones. First thing first, I have picked a one-shot chord key space to create a chord progressions. The sounds like this. One of the great things about Logic is that you can easily to play chord without needing deep music theory knowledge. It is simple as pressing a single key. So we can choose the key that you want, and then we just start pressing a piano button here. And on the left hand side, you can choose the keyboard drumpad and just press the chord straight. And then you can play any chord just for one press. Here is a basic chord progressions I have come up with. I also added a space designer to give it more reverb, and also a type cassette. This is also a free plugins you can download on App Store. So now let's make it more interesting by adding a arpeggiator. So basically you don't have this here. I just remove it. And then here is a MIDI effect. Press the plus button and add a arpeggiator. The simple way is you can choose different time signature to make the sound more interesting or more unique or that you really want. In this sample, I'm using a X note and a upside down. Sounds like this. So also you can play around with random. Random function is more good for ambient music, so you can use this technique for any ambient music, or maybe you want to make something dreamy in the background. That I added a pad to make it the track more depth. This is just a very simple pad to layer on the chord. It is from my sample pack. It is called pad. And then I added a space designer and also a EQ. to cut the high and low. After that, I add a very simple bass line. If you want the bass, the release, make it more longer. You can adjust on the amp to make the release more longer, also the decay. There is a fantastic feature available exclusive on the iPad called Beat Breaker. It can instantly transfer your loop into something incredible. This plugin offers tons of function to play one riff and create something unique. So I'm just using a one note of music box lo-fi. Sounds like this. That make a very simple music box sound to become like this. And there is ton of function you can try. Also, this is super cool when you use in the drum. Moving on, I have got a one-shot vocal sample pack. Sounds like this. Then I added a plugins called FX, and you can choose different preset of the plugins. And I choose a mechanical crunch and play around with the XY pad, and also added a third-party plugins called Magic Dice, which is a reverb plugins, and also it is free on the App Store. This is a reverb plugins that add a random elements to the mix, creating different reverb sound each time. You can dice in every time to renew a new reverb sound to you. This is the sound that's after all the effect. You can hear that the sounds is become a whole new level. You can experimenting with all the settings here to dive into twisting the parameters to give your sounds a unique touch. So you can adjust this mix how the reverb to mix into your track. After that, I just added a very simple drum loops from my sample pack before. It is all free, so you can check out my gumroad.com to download all my free pack in this tutorial. And also there is a fun way to play with the percussion. This is the unit that in my last video. You can check out the video here. And this is a unit for random the notes or even is the percussion. You can hear the sounds like this. So in this case, I also added the beat breaker. In this case, I use a sleight of hand to spice up my percussion. You can hear the difference between on and off. That is super cool and very interesting to me. And now I will making a quick arrangement for you, and then you can enjoy this full track of this tutorial. Sound design is an absolutely blast, and it is a fantastic way to make your sound truly unique. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. And here is the full track.